This is a method of reasoning question and we have to find the flaw in the argument. The conclusion is that the majority of salmon sold is genuine. The missing link is between all the information presented in the argument and the conclusion that the majority of salmon sold is genuine. Our broad expectation from the correct answer choice is that the argument does not consider how rare whitefish is in comparison to how rare salmon is. Answer choice A. The argument is concerned with the genuineness of salmon that is sold, whereas this answer choice talks about the price of salmon for different purposes. So this piece of information would just be additional information and not indicate the flaw in the argument. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice B. The argument mentions that only experienced chef will be able to distinguish between genuine salmon and counterfeit salmon. Whereas this answer choice talks about the difficulty faced by the chef in making this distinction. This piece of information related to the degree of difficulty is already considered in the argument, and this additional detail is not the flaw in the argument. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice C. The argument is concerned with whether the majority of salmon sold is genuine salmon or white fish that is dyed. Whereas this answer choice talks about white fish that has not been dyed. So this piece of information is just additional consideration and does not indicate the flaw in the argument. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice D. The argument is concerned with whether the majority of salmon sold is genuine, whereas this answer choice talks about the method of counterfeiting whitefish to resemble salmon. The details of methods of counterfeiting is just additional consideration and not a flaw in the argument. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice E. This answer choice talks about the argument not considering how rare whitefish is in comparison with how rare genuine salmon is. Yes, this piece of information is important because if genuine salmon is more readily available than whitefish, then there is no incentive to counterfeit salmon, and in that case, the conclusion that the majority of salmon sold is genuine, this conclusion is strengthened. On the flip side, if genuine salmon is rare but whitefish is more abundant, there is strong incentive to counterfeit salmon, and in that case, the conclusion is weakened. So this piece of information regarding the comparison between how rare the two types of fish are, this piece of information is essential for the conclusion to hold, and not considering this piece of information is the flaw in the argument. E is the correct answer choice.